drivers, this is the Road Joker heading out on 81 from the Wytheville, Virginia TA. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys today. I hope you're in my range. And as usual, I will be doing my best to entertain you. Actually, I'm entertaining myself. You guys just happen to be on the path of it. Hey driver, that's a really cool bear. What are you doing with that thing hanging off the back of your truck?
Oh, dang it. My wife was going to throw that away. I saw it out there in the garage. I said, no, don't throw that away. I'll make use of that. And it's been buddies ever since.
That's cool, man. You know, doing anything out here to break tension is great. It's nice of you to do that.
Well, I appreciate my friend. Yeah, it's much hate to stand out here anymore. I thought maybe I'd cheer people up.
Hey, very cool. I'm kind of doing the same thing out here. Just hanging out, trying to help you guys have a little better time.
Well, that's great. You bet.
So anyway, I don't know how you feel about it, but this getting old thing, man, it's quite honestly, it's just getting old. I can't believe the hairs on my head that decided that my back is a ski slope. And you know, my butt must be the base lodge, because I noticed a bunch of those guys down there too, so I'm not real happy about it.
That's right.
And I used to be able to hit the bathroom without much of an issue, but you know, now it's more like milking a stubborn cow, to tell you the truth. Forget about the sexual issue. I mean, Omar the tent maker doesn't even show up for roll call in the morning anymore. Omar, I used to always be able to rely on Omar. So, you know, it became an issue sexually, and we decided, all right, maybe we should do something about it. And, you know, I don't like doing things that have chemicals, so we decided, all right, try something that's more natural. And oysters have a reputation for doing something on the virility issue. I decided I'll try oysters. I bring them home one day, and let me just tell you, tying those things on is really a pain in the ass. And that cocktail sauce really burns. So we were, you know, basically thinking, all right, let's try something else that's also on a natural level. And I was trying to figure out what that could be. Figured out, all right, well, the only thing that might work are popsicle sticks and rubber bands. And that was a pretty tough sell when it came to my wife, but she decided we'd try it. And, you know, we're in bed going for it, and actually we got off to a pretty good start. But, you know, after a little while, you know what happens if things are good, you're going for it, and rubbing two sticks together. Suddenly I'm running around a room with burning popsicle sticks, and I have no way to extinguish them, and I'm going crazy, and I turn to the bed, and there's my wife with a forest fire, and, you know, well, maybe it's not a forest fire. I mean, forests are pretty depleted in this day and age, but, you know, still, it was a bushfire, so we had to deal with it.
Yeah.
So then it came time to, like, just suck it up and do the pill. So we're going into bed. I took a pill. Half hour later, I'm in bed with her, and actually, pretty good. You know, I have to say that it was, you know, the big bamboo. I mean, I hadn't seen anything like that since I was 19 years old. It made Omar the tent maker look like a timid sheep herder. So it was good. We're doing it, and everything was great, right to the end. Totally satisfied. And my wife jumps out of bed. She says, all right, let's go to the beach. And we had plans to do that. The only problem was I was still pitching a tent. So I figured I got to do something about this. I decided I'd just pole vault over to the bathroom and take a cold shower. And, you know, 5 minutes into the shower, I realized it was doing nothing. It was just the way it was. So decided, all right, maybe it's time to try mind over matter. After all, usually, you know, with your mind, you can get things going sometimes. So maybe I thought, you know, let's try using the mind to get things to go away. I'm trying to concentrate on what could possibly help me get rid of this problem, and came up with George Bush in a bikini. The image of George Bush in a bikini had to be the way to get rid of it, and I'm concentrating as hard as I can. George Bush in a bikini. I'm really trying to envision what George Bush would look like in a bikini. Not exactly a pleasant thought, but, you know, concentrating as hard as I can. And I'm looking down at him, and basically he's looking up at me like, took your best shot. I'm like, yeah. So I really had no choice but to just throw my shorts on and decide to go to the beach with her and get into the truck. We have this pickup truck that we take to the beach. All of our stuff's in it. It's got a stick. I try to put the thing into gear, and it's not going into gear. So something's wrong with the truck. I look at my wife. She's looking at me like, you know, with disdain, you know, and I look down. I'm holding on to the wrong stick. So anyway, I finally got it into gear. Head to the beach. So we're out of the truck. She's handing me all these things she wants to take down to the beach. I've got beach chairs. I've got ice chests. I've got towels. I've got the beach bag. And then she pulls out the inner tube. I'm like, what are you going to do with that? She's like, I want the inner tube. I had no hands left, but fortunately, look, Ma, no hands. I was able to have a little more payload capacity. So we get down there, set up shop, and she realized there was no way I was hanging out. I mean, I was still having the problem. I needed to get myself into the cold water, and the waves were huge. So I took off. I'm heading down to the beach. There are only 2 people in the water, 2 guys, like, you know, in their early 20s, really good body surfers. And they're out there having a great time, and I love to surf, body surf, pretty much anything in saltwater. So I head out there, you know, get out there with them, and a huge wave comes. I take off. I basically catch it perfectly. I'm doing circles around these guys. They're looking at me like, who's this old guy? How's he doing better than us? They only knew that I had an unfair advantage. I'm sporting a rudder, you know, and so, you know, another positive. Anyway, all in all, you know, the pill ended up being pretty positive in more than one way, and I can only say that it's been a good thing up until now.
So, Joker, I don't know where you get that stuff from, but my gosh, that is some good stuff.
Hey, I'm glad there's another voice on here. Happy to be out here for you guys, and I'm heading to Nashville, so I'm going to put the pedal to the metal, and I'm going to hopefully see you guys again somewhere. You guys have a safe ride. Pit stop. Hope the cow's not stubborn this time. So Al, my name is Michael.
Nice to meet you.
Road Joker, nice to meet you. I'm glad we had you laughing a little bit. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I just wanted to talk to you about being a trucker because, I mean, a lot of people don't know that you guys work really hard, and we have a lot of respect for that. It helps me in my life and my business life. It helps all of us that rely on you guys to get stuff that we want to get. But, you know, I've thought about this a lot because, you know, if you really had to analyze a trucker and what part of their body is the most significant part of their body as it pertains to driving a big rig, you'd have to think it's really your ass. Your ass has the best connection to that big rig. That's the control center, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. So
Yeah.
basically, you really have to take care of your ass.
Yeah.
And what we do is we create products. What I've done is I've created something for you. This is called Save Your Ass. And it's a spray. It's gonna keep your ass. It's gonna keep your ass healthy, happy, smelling good.
Yeah.
And ultimately, because you know one thing, if your ass goes on strike, you're out of business, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So basically, we want to make sure we give you a bottle of this and wish you good travels on the road.
Very good. Thank you.
I'm sure you do appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah.
How you doing?
Where are you going?
I'm trying to get to the T8 truck stop in Nashville. Just down the road.
No problem. I can take you. I got to get that guitar and put it in the back. It's just, hold on a second.
Awesome, thank you. Oh yeah, that air feels good.
Yeah, a little warm today.
It was fine a few hours ago, but man,
Yeah, it's starting to look like summer.
yeah, you know, in Tennessee you don't get a spring either. It's 35, it's 35, it's 35, it's 95.
I'll tell you,
Miserable.
it was like that in New York also. We're still seeing like cold weather. It's just
Is that where you're from?
rain
New
for the
York?
last, yeah, well, just rain for the last 5 days.
Awesome.
But we're on the road, so it's cool. We're down here. I'd rather be down here where it's warm.
Where are you headed?
Actually, just driving west, just out on the road, just having fun. I entertain truckers.
What?
Yeah, I do like stand-up comedy. Just a long time ago, I took a ride cross country, and it was a real, cautious moment for my mother. She was concerned that I was going to have a problem on the road with no way to get in touch with anyone, and they bought me a CB radio so I could actually start talking to people if I needed to get some help. And it was kind of funny because I couldn't even communicate with these guys. In those days, there was like a language you had.
Yeah.
And, I didn't obviously speak it. I was from like the suburbs of New York, and guys knew it right away. I mean, I got on the radio trying to talk to these guys, and they didn't want to have anything to do with me.
You ain't from around here, is you?
Yeah, they definitely knew it, It's
Yeah.
pretty funny,
Do they still use CBs?
Yeah, they do. It's like part of the culture. It's
Wow.
they don't need to, obviously, with new technology, but they still do it.
My dad had an old Midland CB radio, and we used to play on it when we go out on the freeway. He let me play with it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's fun,
Yeah.
But what I did was listen to those guys for a few hours until I could kind of get into their lingo,
Yeah.
And then I started to try to like emulate them, and they started talking to me, and it was pretty cool. And then over the years when I was younger, I was like writing lots of stand-up comedy. Little funny things happened to me, when I was like younger in bars and all that, and writing them down in bar naps. And I had this box full of these things, and I had them on the seat that you're in, and I started to get bored with the ride, so I just pulled little things out and start blurting things over the airwaves to these guys, and they started laughing. And it was pretty funny because they really thought that I was helping them enjoy the ride a little more, and one of the guys actually called me the Road Joker.
Kidding me?
Which is pretty funny, and that's kind of like my handle now. People don't use handles anymore, but so I was going in the same direction as a few of the guys, and we ended up pulling off into truck stops and having some breakfast together, lunch together. And, it was just kind of cool to know some guys. We were just driving the same direction, so we were always kind of within earshot of one another for a couple of days. And I got into Arizona, still able to talk to those guys. I got in Arizona close to my final destination and hit this amazing windstorm. I was just about to be blown off the road like every couple of minutes, and I radioed to them to tell them I was going to head off the road and call it a day until the wind died down. And they told me to just pull over and wait, and they came up on my left and just had me follow them in. They blocked the wind.
Oh, you're kidding
Just
me.
took me over the mountain range. It was pretty funny.
Wow.
So I kind of knew that it was something I'd want to use someday in some sort of funny thing, and here I am out here just kind of emulating that whole experience and having a good time with it. And,
So that's what you're doing? You're just driving?
yeah, it's not my day job. It's,
Wow.
I got a day job, but quite honestly, that one experience, truckers are really cool. I mean, people don't really know that. They think that they're
Oh, man. People give them a hard time on the road all the time, but
well, they're intimidating. They're
I do
big,
it sometimes too, but
Yeah, well,
without them, man, America would be at a standstill.
And I would be out of business, quite honestly, because they're the reason I can get all my raw materials to do what I do. So it's I definitely know how important they are to the country, and I know that they're cool people, and really hardworking people.
And tougher than hell.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty tough job.
I know, yeah. Oh, man. Well, I kind of do something similar. I mean, on the road, I play music, and obviously with a guitar, and man, being on the road is a hard life. It's it's an unsung thing. People have no idea until you do it.
So
how much goes into it.
What are you doing at TA? I mean, why are you doing that?
I'm playing a show up here, actually. I've got a show. I've just coming back from a show in Michigan. My truck broke down in Kentucky.
Oh, geez.
Sounds like a country song, doesn't it?
Yeah, well,
I left
you got your
my
next song
barefoot
ready.
and pregnant wife in the truck with the dog to watch the truck, so I can go play my guitar.
That's cool.
No, so it broke down in Kentucky, and so I've just been basically getting rides. We got a show tonight at 7 o'clock.
So you just play at truck stops?
Yeah, I mean, we got in with TA, and we can set up kind of as we go along the road and do these shows. And so as we're on our tours doing shows in different states, we'll pull a day aside and set up in the truck stop and play just to say thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've got friends of the family and people that I'm very close to that are truckers, and it's like I say, it's a tough life.
So is that, you making money doing that, or is it just...
Sometimes, not usually, but I work during the day as a carpenter as well, and I actually coach hockey. I grew up playing hockey for the most part of my life, so now I'm involved in the youth program in Nashville and coach a Pee Wee team there.
Nice.
So my schedule stays plenty busy between traveling and being in town.
Well, good stuff. Well, that's really, working with the kids is fun. I used to play hockey until I got too tall.
Yeah, until I got too tall.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Until I put
High center of
chart.
gravity, not so good for hockey,
Yeah, well.
I was pretty fast when I was younger, but, as soon
I
as
definitely got that on my side.
Yeah, just...
Center of gravity thing.
if you're not real big, you have to be fast, otherwise you get hit.
It's very true.
You know, so
It's very true.
There was a day when I got pretty hurt, and that was the last day.
I've been down that road too.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the first time I got hurt, it was my fault. Nobody told me to tuck my stick when I was getting ridden into the boards.
Oh, you shish kebab yourself?
Yeah, I shish kebab myself.
Oh man,
I was out
you only
cold,
do that
man.
once.
You only do that once.
That's
You
all
only
it
do that
takes.
once, man. I was out cold. I mean, I never felt anything like that before that or after that. You know, it was terrible.
Oh man, I have been I had a concussion problem for a couple of years, and I had one. I got hit behind the net. I was picking up the puck, and I was regrouping, going behind my net, and didn't see the guy coming out the other side, and I got hit so hard that I went into a seizure.
Oh wow.
Which worked out to my benefit because my arm flailing on the ice, the bench thought I was waving the trainer out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So they ended up jumping over the bench right away and running out, thinking that I was doing this thing.
Oh my God.
When actually I was just convulsing.
Oh
And,
my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But
That is nuts.
man, you know, and what they know about concussions now, it's just.
Oh yeah, well nobody knew then.
Yeah, of
You
course
know,
not. No, I got one on a Friday night game in Ann Arbor playing a team, and the trainer had cleared me. He's like, yeah, you're fine, play Saturday. So I got one Saturday too.
Oh jeez.
And that was at the twilight end of my playing career.
Yeah, you live and you learn, you know. Plus you get older,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
You
that
get older.
explains a lot, but that doesn't connect upstairs nowadays, you know.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. It happens to everybody. So what? You're playing a gig tonight, but you're not getting paid to that. Or, I mean, is it just truckers?
Yep. It's well, I invited a bunch of friends out, you know, because I live in town here. I live in Nashville.
Oh, cool.
And you know, when we do shows like this, invite friends out, just basically have a big party, and you know, get to go talk around, get to walk around, and talk to some of the guys that are in town, that are en route, you know, somewhere else, the truckers that are working.
Sounds like you're doing kind of a similar thing.
Yeah, that's funny. That's really weird.
It's kind of bizarre. You know?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I love the crowd. You know, one thing about them is they're really appreciative. You know?
Oh my gosh.
You know?
See, that's the thing is they're, you know, they're not in the spotlight. They're not on the stage. They don't have their name on the marquee. You know, these guys will, they'll give you everything that they've got.
Yeah.
You know, to help you out. And that's
Yeah.
the thing is they don't ask for anything in return. They don't want any you know, any huge recognition for anything. They're just really, you know, working class, good, down home, good-hearted guys.
Oh, for sure.
That's the thing too, is these guys, they don't care if they know who you are from radio or one way or the other. They're genuinely grateful.
Yeah, they're
It's very-
grateful,
and if you, I mean,
they're not impressed with fame at all.
nah, they don't.
You know,
They could care,
it's just-
they could care less about it. It's a dog and pony show, and they don't care about that.
But you tell you what, you play a good song for them, or I tell them a good joke, they're totally appreciative.
Absolutely. Well, they feel like there's a human touch there, there's a friendship
Absolutely.
instead of just something that they're buying.
So I assume you play country music, right?
Yeah, it's pretty country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it rock at all? Or you just
Yeah, it's a mix between. I love country music. I love like country lyrical content and writing, but I can't the stand and deliver thing. I can't stand in one place for more than a second. I've always been pretty high energy, rambunctious guy. So it's a mix between rock and country.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Really cool.
it's
I'd love
fun to play every night. You know, that's
Love to hear you sometime.
yeah. Well, you should come to the show tonight. In fact, I've got my guitar in back. I'll break the guitar out.
You mean now?
Why not?
Well,
You don't
all right.
care.
No. I mean, if you can do it, there's enough room.
We can make it work. I'm used to, hell, we have bands where we're doing rehearsals. We're going on the road sometimes. The guys are beating on the seats, drums beating on the seats, and
Very cool, man.
bass is running through. And
Very, very cool. I'll tell you what. Let me. I gotta find a place to pull off so we can't just pull in the middle of the road here. So. This is the Road Joker, rolling down Highway 40, heading west toward Nashville, and I've got Kyle Jennings in my truck. He's a country artist. I've actually never heard him sing, so he's going to put together a song for you guys right now. We're going to put it over the airwaves. Hopefully it will sound okay. Take it away.
watch the best years of my life reflect off of the ski and I don't see much future can't overcome what's on my mind. Tell me, and I run in the dark, still walking by. And I still count on Him for all the things that I've done wrong. For this lost soul to tell along. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but Lord, I can't afford to hide. So I'm asking, and I run in the dark, still walking the line. Stumbling through the gray between black and white, and I run in the dark, still walking the line. Amen.
Very nice, man.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you very
Again,
much.
that was Kyle Jennings, guys. I hope that sounded as good to you as it sounded to me. That was awesome. And he's going to be playing tonight at TA. He's going to do a free concert. I think you guys should come on out. It's kind of a fun place. TA is fun. We hang there. We gas up there. We do everything there. We hang out with truckers. We love truckers.
I was gonna say, like, they don't know what the TA trucks are.
Yeah.
Really, the TA got a TA now, huh? All right.
Yeah, well, that's true. None of these cars have these CB radios, but the truckers do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Heck, y'all gonna be at the TA in Nashville? I'll make sure I have to stop in there and see y'all.
But you know what? In actuality, you live in here, and you also live in TA. You know what I mean? Because you do the things you do at home in there.
Eat, shower, eat my meals, television room,
That's great.
take showers, game room, relax.
So how different are these places? I mean, you only go to this company, or do you go to?
I go to different ones.
And how different are they? Are they
Night and day.
Night and day.
Yeah. TA, they take care of us. They try to.
Excellent. And they're open pretty much 24 hours.
24/7.
So as much as you need to be in there, you're in there, and then you come out to sleep. You know, that's great.
The people are nice to, they'll visit with you. Waitresses are nice. It's just the company. They take care of the drivers. That's what they're here to do.
Yeah, I hear you. That's pretty important when you live your life on the road. I tell you, thank you for giving us your time. We really had fun meeting with you and hanging out and watching the band. We're going to be over there obviously at 7:30 to watch the band.
Nashville, Tennessee, truckers, we're here for you. My name's Kyle Jennings. I got my band over here. I brought some of my friends. We're going to play some music for y'all because we love you guys. We know you don't get a chance to get away as much as you can, so we brought the show to you. Here we go. Down at the end of a 2-track lane, past the old tractor and the mountain of hay, there's a spot by the river where a little slice of heaven awaits. When the night's just right and my baby's in the mood, we'll pack a little cooler and some fishing food, soak that old boat where the deer and the catfish play. A perfect silhouette against the pale moonlight, we wed a little strand on a Friday night and cuddle up together as our bobbers wander out of sight. A leaf worm dragging at the bottom of the river, and knock a beer over as I lean in to give her a kiss. Lord knows we didn't come here to fish
There's moonlight on a clear night, fireflies lighting up the evening sky. The tree toads are singing, Lord, we never seem to leave them behind. Cool breeze dancing through her soggy lips, my heart beating harder with every kiss, just drifting down river, falling deeper in love. Care of where we're going, just taking our time. Anytime we go trolling. To the shore, we lay an old blanket on the mossy floor, make a little love and get tangled underneath the stars. Race to the water for a late night swim, take her in my arms and make love again. We'll get lost in each other, it doesn't get better than this. 'Cause there's moonlight on a clear night, fireflies lighting up the evening sky. The tree toads are singing, Lord, we never seem to leave them behind. Cool breeze dancing through her soggy lips, my heart beating harder with every kiss, just drifting down river and falling deeper in love. Not a care of where we're going, just taking our time. Anywhere that we end up, that'll be just fine. Anytime we go trolling, time we go trolling, trolling. Anytime we go trolling.
Hey drivers, that was pretty fun tonight hanging out with you at Kyle's concert. That was pretty good, pretty unexpected, and it's now time for a bedtime story. I'm a little burnt out, but I'm going to give you a nice short one. I have a grandson named Johnny who's 3 years old. He's just reached that age where I can actually do some cool things with him, so I took him out to the supermarket with me a few weeks ago, and we picked up a couple of things, some toys for him, and I spoil him. He's my grandson. We're standing on line, and there are a couple of women with their kids in front of me, and there are a couple of women behind me, and suddenly, unexpectedly, I kind of let one go, and unfortunately, audibly, and no one kind of even acknowledged it, which was pretty cool. So we're just, continued to wait on line, and suddenly, Johnny's tugging at my shorts, and he looks up at me with his cute little eyes, and he goes, "Grandpa, what was that noise coming out of your hiney?" And needless to say, at that moment, nobody could really ignore the whole situation, and started laughing, and I was embarrassed as hell and just dropped my stuff on the conveyor belt and walked out. I couldn't handle it. So, on that note, I bid you a good night and hope to see you guys out on the road tomorrow morning, and we'll have a nice ride down south. Take care. Have a good night. Kicking back behind the wheel, towing that purple sunset floaty in a long dark coupe de ville. My baby's right here beside me, with pretty legs up on the dash, tearing down this highway, blaring out the soul of Johnny Cash. I've got the pride of Detroit City in my hand, staring out the windshield at the promised land. Now I'm gonna follow where this road takes me, even if it never brings me back. Break a couple rules somewhere along the way. Take it where I can, because I know it wasn't meant to last. And when I go, I hope they come take me away. A long black Cadillac, yeah.
Well, they said the way I was living, I'd never make it past 25. Ha! 30's just around the bend, and I've never felt so alive. And as long as this road's a winding, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Live my life out loud until the good Lord calls me home. When I reach that dead end somewhere down the line, just close the lid and load me up inside. And I'm gonna follow where this road takes me, even if it never brings me back. Break a couple rules somewhere along the way. Take it where I can, because I know it wasn't meant to last. When I go, I hope they come take me away. In a long black Cadillac. Woo! Follow where this road takes me, even if it never brings me back. Break a couple rules somewhere along the way. Take it where I can, because I know it wasn't meant to last. When I go, I hope they come take me away. In a long black Cadillac. A long black Cadillac. Come on, baby. Let's go for a ride.